Best quotes about Scholes as football legend sum up how great Man United icon was. 777 games, 166 goals and 27 trophies. That's Paul Scholes, one of the greatest midfielders to ever play the game of football. Whether it was bursting into the box and unleashing a sweetly struck shot or dictating play from deep with elegance and precision, he was a true icon during his near 20 years as a Manchester United player. Although Scholes' quality was largely shown at club level and in just one league, the former England international elevated himself to someone every young footballer would look up to, and he's sure to retain that status for years to come. From Lionel Messi and Pep Guardiola to Cristiano Ronaldo and Zinedine Zidane, the Mancunian has had some glowing praise from the very best down the years. To celebrate his 47th birthday, Mirror Football takes a look at the best quotes about Scholes. Join the debate. Is Scholes the Premier League's greatest ever midfielder? Give us your verdict here. Cristiano Ronaldo: Scholes is the best I've played with, and he helped me a lot when I was young. He's amazing. Wayne Rooney: the things he could do with the ball. He obviously wasn't the quickest, but he was so sharp you couldn't get near him. I remember knowing that at the back end of my career I'd be going back into midfield, so I was almost studying him and watching him in training and games. It was brilliant for me, firsthand, to watch him and learn. Roy Keane: no celebrity bull, no self-promotion, an amazingly gifted player who remained an unaffected human being. Rio Ferdinand: he'll do ridiculous things in training, like say, you see that tree over there? It'll be 40 yards away, I'm going to hit it. And he'll do it. Everyone at the club considers him the best. Gary Neville: Brian Kidd adored him. Sir Alex said, if he doesn't become a football player we can all pack it and ... and that was when he was 18. I get to the end of my career and I say he's the best player that I ever played with. Peter Schmeichel: people say he is a great player, but you have to define what a great player is. For me, it is a player who has a bottom level, that means his worst performance is not noticed. Scholes, of all the players I have played with, has the highest bottom level. His reading of the game is unsurpassed. He has an eye for a pass, for what the player the game needs at that precise moment, that I have never seen anyone else have. Sir Bobby Charlton: I have no hesitation in putting a name to the embodiment of all that I think is best about football. It's Paul Scholes. Many great players have worn the shirt of Manchester United. Players I worshipped, then lost with my youth in Munich. Players like Dennis Law and George Best, who I enjoyed so much as teammates, and now, finally, players I have watched closely in the Alex Ferguson era. And in so many ways Scholes is my favorite. I love his nous and conviction that he will find a way to win, to make the killer pass or produce the decisive volley. When a game reaches a vital phase, these qualities seem to come out of his every pore. He's always on the ball, always turning on goal. He's always looking to bring other people into the action, and if he loses possession you think he must be ill. Sir Alex Ferguson: when he joined us as a little runt of a lad at 13 years of age he was about 4'10" or something, and we had great doubts whether he'd grow. Fortunately he did, and he became the player we all saw. Over 718 games and 155 goals, absolutely fantastic career. And bearing in mind he had some injury problems which would have put him alongside Ryan and Sir Bobby, I am sure of that. That apart, what a career, and the goals he scored, unbelievable. He was the absolute perfect player, and no matter how many great players we have had in the past at Manchester United, Paul sits in the great pantheon of those players, there is no question about that. David Beckham: he's always one of those people others talk about. Even playing at Real Madrid, the players always say to me, what's he like? They respect him as a footballer and see him as the ultimate. Thierry Henry: Manchester United always had many amazing players, but whenever we faced them we were always scared of what Paul Scholes could do. Ask anyone from that old Arsenal team, they will tell you the same. If you let him play, he can kill you, and for me, he was so underrated. The way he plays, one touch, arriving late into the box, the way he strikes the ball, his vision, his passing. Incredible. I know people used to give him some stick for his tackling, but I like that. He put his foot in, showed some character, had a go, but I like that about him too. For me he is one of the best midfielders I have ever seen. Lionel Messi at La Masia, his name was mentioned a lot. He's a teacher. Zinedine Zidane: he's almost untouchable in what he does. I never tire of watching him play. You rarely come across the complete footballer, but Scholes is as close to it as you can get. One of my regrets is that the opportunity to play alongside him never presented itself during my career. Xavi Hernandez: he was a role model. For me, and I really mean this, he's the best central midfielder I've seen in the last 15, 20 years. I've spoken to Xabi Alonso about him. He's spectacular, he has it all, the last pass, goals, he's strong, he doesn't lose the ball, vision. If he'd been Spanish he might have been rated more highly. Players love him. Pep Guardiola. Out of everyone at Manchester United, I would pick out Scholes, he is the best midfielder of his generation. I would have loved to have played alongside him. Andrea Pirlo, the truly great English midfield player of the generation. Didn't just play the game, he thought about the game. You could see every pass, every decision, was based on his intelligence and understanding. Alan Hansen. He is one of the top 3 to 5 players to have ever played in the Premier League. His passing, movement and technique set examples to everyone, not just younger players. Alan Shearer. For me, Paul Scholes has been the best midfield player in the Premier League. By a mile. He has the lot. He scores and creates goals, he can pass the ball, he can head it, and rounds all this off with a competitive streak. Gareth Southgate. Paul Scholes deserves all the accolades he will get on his retirement. He is the most gifted English player of his generation and is humble with it. What should Man United do in January? Vote below. Luis Figo. I'm starstruck when I see Paul Scholes because you never see him. On the pitch you can't catch him. Off the pitch he disappears. Ronaldinho. I want to pass like him. Who taught him how to do that? Ronaldo Nazario. He's the phenomenon. Pele. If he was playing with me, I would have scored so many more. And finally, another from Zidane and arguably the most famous, what does it feel like to be the best player in the world? Asked an interviewer. The response, I don't know, ask Paul Scholes. You don't get much higher praise than that.